Dry Skin Makeup Glow. Hey, Dr. Will Kim, dermatology resident. Come follow along as I do a nighttime makeup look for going to the Neutrogena party at the American Academy of Dermatology. Let's jump into this look for AAD tonight for the Neutrogena party. I'm going to get started by using my primer, and I will use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with 4% niacinamide. About this much. This primer, I don't need the full pump. I'd say about half a pump or even less is enough for me. Alright, so then next we're going to move on into our foundation. The foundation for tonight that I want to use is the Natasha Denona HY-Glam. This has been my rockstar foundation for the entire weekend for AAD. In the daytime, I've been using more of that milky toner by Prequel in order to make it look a little bit more natural. But at nighttime, I've actually been going in just straight with one pump of this foundation, and it's been enough to cover my whole face. I'm going to go ahead and take a flat foundation brush. This one is a little bit dirty, but it's gonna work. I've been using it this weekend. After I take a little bit, I'm going to do my light thin layers on my face. My last clean cushion puff before I need to wash all of my cushion puffs. Tonight is Saturday night. I'm so excited because Saturday night typically is when there's the most events happening. It's just so much fun. Last year I had so much fun with my co-residents, and this year too we're excited and looking forward to the events. None of us have really been able to get into the Neutrogena party for the past 2 years, and this is the first year that I was able to get in along with some of my residents, so we definitely are going to check that out. We're also going to go to an event by Air Reverence, I think. Lastly, there's a group called Sages, which is a dermatopathology company, and they always host a really fun resident event that goes latest. I think the one this year ends at 1:30. That one is typically where we all end up eventually. It's so much fun getting to see everyone, getting to have a good time. I even told my program director this recently that I think AAD is the best resident bonding event for the entire year. That's when, at least for me, I feel like I've really connected with so many of my co-residents, and usually we get to travel to different places for the national convention because it changes every year. But this year it's in our home city, so we're also excited to be here. This one pump of foundation, when I put it on the back of my hand, it looks like it's not a lot of product. When I initially look at it, my initial suspicion is, oh, I'm gonna need way more than this. But actually with most foundations, that one pump is a lot, and it really does spread. So you don't need that much foundation to cover your whole face. And remember, you can always add more. You can always add more thin light layers to get that coverage that you want, but don't apply all of it at once, because if you do that, then the foundation is going to look heavy. It's going to be more prone to separate because you apply too much, and so it can't form that nice thin layer, and more potential for creasing and whatnot. So always start with little. You can always add more and do light thin layers whenever you're working with foundation. This convention has been so fun too. I got to meet so many derm influencers and other attendings across the country. I got to meet Dr. Sam Ellis, who has her own YouTube channel and runs Prequel. Prequel, I think this may have been the first year that they had a booth at AAD. It was so much fun getting to meet her. She was so nice, and her, along with Nikki LaRose, who's a makeup artist on YouTube, both have been really big inspirations for me in wanting to start my own channel. It was great getting to connect with so many amazing dermatologists across the country. I still have a little bit left here on the back of my hand. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that and hit the spots where I want a little more coverage, which is typically more the center of the face. Next, I'm going to move on into concealer. I want to do more color correcting today. I'm going to do the Natasha Denona C2 HY-Glam concealer to color correct first, and I'll add it to the back of my hand with this thin brush and apply. Any peachy color seems to work really well under my eyes and neutralizing any darkness. I know it might not work for everyone depending on your skin color, your skin tone, and also what is causing your eye dark circles. Okay, that looks great. We're gonna move on now into the actual concealer, the Natasha Denona HY-Glam concealer. I'll be using the shade N5 today. Once again, on the back of my hand, I'm gonna add it in the center there. I've used the painter's palette before for my makeup, but I feel like when I use my hand, the warmth of my hand kind of warms up the product or keeps it warm as I'm working with it. I don't know, for me, I just prefer the back of my hand compared to a painter's palette. But my hand space, it's only so large, and so I could see the appeal of a larger painter's palette too. If you're somebody who suffers from hand eczema, especially if the cause of your hand eczema or one of the primary drivers is excess hand washing, then I would say for those individuals, a painter's palette might be more helpful, because when I work with the back of my hand, I do end up washing my hands more, and thankfully I'm not suffering from hand eczema right now. I did a few years ago, but not currently. It's something I can tolerate, but if you suffer from hand eczema, it might be worthwhile to consider using a painter's palette just to limit the extra number of times you wash your hands. One of my goals this was to try to film some of my morning looks before the conference, but it's just been such a whirlwind and busy in the mornings that I haven't been able to do that. And I know I've been doing a lot more fun nighttime looks for you all. I definitely want to do more of those daytime, natural, everyday wear looks soon too, just because those I think are so fun to do and what I do more regularly. Everything is looking nice and concealed because it is a special event tonight with the Neutrogena party at the American Academy of Dermatology convention. I'm going to bring out my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder in the shade 3, which is Voila Rose. I saved this powder for special occasions because its original formula, which is amazing, has been discontinued. This powder lasts a long time, and I save it for special occasions like tonight because it's such an amazing powder. It sets my makeup, keeps me mattified, but it also just has this beautiful, almost like glow to it. It has that extra special magic quality to it. This is a very finely milled powder too. Whenever I wear makeup with dress shirts, it's a recipe for disaster. That's one of the reasons why too, when I wear makeup, I try not to use a tie, because anytime I do use a tie, and sometimes I do wear a tie, it completely ruins the dress shirt because inevitably the neck makeup will get on it. Tonight, I'm gonna not wear a tie. Let's go ahead and move on to our contour, and I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty contour sticks in Amber Suede. Start with my forehead. We're gonna move on into our cheeks. chin, jaw. Next, I'm going to grab a smaller brush, this Jessup 223 brush, to put some of the contour onto my nose. Okay, so a lot of dimension has been brought back. I'm going to use this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Bronzer. I'm sad I dropped it and then it shattered, but I'm still going to use it. I'm going to take a smaller brush and grab that same bronzer and very lightly go over my nose and eyes. Take my cushion puff and go over lightly any areas like the edges I want to soften up. I'm going to move on now into my Nudies Naughty and Spice cream blush. For my cream product, sometimes I like to go to the palm of my hand to warm it up. I'm going to take this brush, fluffier brush, go ahead and start tapping this in. I'm going to go ahead and start stamping where I want it. I'm going to take a little bit more of that Naughty and Spice. Whatever's left. Let's move into our powder blush, and I want to use this Euphoria Blush is Life. Grab a nice little fluffy brush. Cushion puff and blend out any of these edges. Let's do our lips, and I'm gonna use Smoky Pink Makeup by Mario. Now use the other side to blend all of this out. My go-to lip this entire weekend has been the Burt's Bees Rose. Love it. Very simple. Let's move into eyes. I did a lot of the eyes already with the bronzing and the blush. The palette that I am going to reach for will be my Makeup by Mario Earth Nature palette. I want to grab that darkest brown. Here, grab the smaller Sigma brush. Brown. It's okay that it's a little bit messy right now because I'm gonna grab this small, more fluffy brush and clean this up. Okay, I'm really happy with that. There's no harsh eyeliner tonight. It's really soft, just a little bit of darker brown in both of my eye corners, which helped to give a little bit more depth and dimension. From that same palette, I'm gonna reach for this shimmer right here. This will go right in the middle of my eye. And now I'm going to take my middle finger and grab the lightest one here, the champagne one. This will go right in the center. For brows, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Brow Lamination and brush up my brow hairs. Next, I want to do a little bit of highlighting. So I've been really liking this Chanel highlighter stick. I take my finger and go over the areas where I want to highlight. So here. I do use this highlight to do the inner corner of my eye. My tear duct. Alright, so here's my look right now. I'm gonna go style my hair and I'll be back. Spray this first, my all-nighter. Fan. And then on till dawn, one size. Okay, so here's my final look for today. I had so much fun doing this makeup look before I go to the Neutrogena party for the American Academy of Dermatology convention tonight with my co-residents. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you thought. And until next time, bye!